Well, hello, everybody. It is a new week and we've got a new snapshot. I want to talk about the new snapshot that just dropped. And I also want to talk a little bit about this world I'm playing in, but we'll do that a little bit later. Last week, we were talking about the possibility of more mob variants. And sure enough, we got a little bit of a tease from Mojang on Monday and Tuesday. And Wednesday, we got a new snapshot with new cows. Our good old friend the cow is now called the Temperate cow. Got a little bit of a model change. They added a little bit of a snout to our cow, and we now have a warm cow and a cold cow. Just like with the pigs, the cold cow is a little bit furry looking, kind of shaggy, has these nice horns that point forward. And the warm cow is real cool looking, in my opinion, and has really, really big horns. And what's hilarious is the baby cows and the adult cows have the same size horns. The warm cows, of course, are going to appear in the warmer biomes, and the cold cows will appear in the colder biomes. They also added in a few unexpected things. They added in two new bushes. One of them is just called the bush, and you can bone meal it, and it spreads out across the land. It's flammable. You can compost it. A really nice looking little green plant. It's going to be great for landscaping and adding a little bit more detail to your builds. And then they also added the firefly bush. I think it was way back in 1.19 when they introduced the frogs, and they were going to do fireflies, and then there was a problem with fireflies potentially being poisonous for frogs. Anyway, it never happened, and we had hoped, and our wish has come true. This bush is a really great looking bush, emits the tiniest amount of light, and then they made it so that the fireflies are just particles instead of the original 2 pixels that they had proposed. It's just a little 1 pixel, and it looks amazing. The bush itself has a little bit of texture that has some light in it, and then the particles just sort of float around and are kind of wispy and zigzaggy, and they look very much like fireflies. Another thing is if you take this bush and you put it under blocks, it will just emit the particles. And so you could potentially take one of these firefly bushes and stick it under your base and then just have some really nice little wispy particles kind of floating around. I think it's going to be really cool. And the firefly bush works a lot like the tall flowers, where when you bone meal them, it just pops off more of the firefly bushes. In addition to cow variants and 2 new bushes, they also added in desert sounds. And I'm very excited about this. This is a really cool idea. With the Pale Garden, they made it so that certain blocks made noise. And so, like, the pale moss would make creaking sounds and things like that. It wasn't just the biome, it was actually the blocks that were making the sounds. And now, in the desert, dead bushes and clumps of sand or terracotta will make sound. And what's interesting is it's these very subtle, very quiet sounds that they make. But when you have a whole bunch of it, it creates this whole soundscape. It's really neat. I heard a video that Exuma made where he showed it off, and it was really awesome. It was just sort of this windy, sandy sort of sound that just sort of encompassed everything and everywhere when you were in the desert. And what's cool is it's replicatable. If you take the bushes, dead bushes, and you put them on sand blocks, or if you create clumps of sand or terracotta, you can make the blocks make the sound. So it's not like you have to be in the desert for that to happen. So that's really cool. I'm really excited about all the ways that they can implement that and the potential for ambiance and environmental sounds that are tied to blocks rather than to the biome itself. So we've got our pig variants, we've got our cow variants, we've got 2 new bushes, one that emits light particles, we've got leaf litter, we've got wildflowers, we have a better lodestone recipe, we've got environmental sounds in the desert, all kinds of really cool stuff. I feel like just based on the way things are going, that we might see a chicken variant. You know, we're doing these barnyard animals, and chicken would make sense. And so far, when they've added a variant, they've also added in like an extra feature or two. And so there might even be more to this update. I think it's going to make the world feel much more alive and much more varied. You know, having different cows and sheep and pigs and all of that. I'm pretty excited about it. There's, of course, little bug fixes and things like that that are happening as well, but nothing really super crazy. It's mostly about these new features. So I'd mentioned at the very beginning of the video that I wanted to kind of change things up a little bit. This world that we were playing in here, the Legacy Let's Play world, was sort of neglected. We had done a lot of work, and then we started the new Empire Let's Play series, and we just sort of put this world away. And there were some things that I felt like were unfinished. And so I thought this would be a good way to kind of finish up some of those things. And as you can see, I've built or finished up building the castle. We've got sort of a Matterhorn ride over here. We've got a log flume ride way over there. And we're making some progress, which I am happy about. I feel good that I'm getting some things done. But I've spent most of my time talking about the game and rumors and news and all of that. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a rebrand. These weekly videos are just going to be about the game, about the community, about news, about updates, things like that. I might do some work here in the Let's Play Legacy world. I might do some work in one of the snapshots. So who knows? I just will use the time that I'm talking about the game to do some playing, just to kind of have something going on the screen. Now, if I do make some progress in the Let's Play world, like these new rides that I have built, then I'll do a proper Legacy Let's Play episode, and I'll show them off and talk about them and share what my plans are for the next build. But I don't want to kind of muddy up the Legacy Let's Play series with all of the news stuff. So while I might use the news videos to do some work in this world, they'll kind of be their own thing. I'd gotten some feedback that some folks didn't mind this sort of content, but kind of wanted to see this world develop on its own. And so if you want to watch me do some work here, these are a great video to watch to see some of that. But like I said, once we do some actual builds or upgrades or things like that, I'll do a proper Legacy Let's Play episode. So anyway, I am super excited. That's kind of the point of the whole video. This update is really great. I'm just really happy with it. I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm never sure what to expect. But yeah, definitely pleased with how the development is going and very excited to see where it goes. Every time they do a new update, it makes me want to start a new world. Because like I was saying in the last episode, the leaf litter and the wildflowers, they're not going to be in the areas that I've already exposed. And so I could go through and decorate the forests or things like that. And the new forests that we find will have that. But yeah, we'll wait. I'm not going to start another world, but man, I'm just excited for the changes to the world. So anyway, that is all for this video, I think. Like I said, keep an eye out for an actual Legacy Let's Play video. I will take you on the new rides and talk you through all of that. And then keep an eye out next week for another video talking about the game and the updates and news and all of that. And then on Tuesdays, we'll keep doing the Empire Let's Play series, and it's going to be great. In the description is a link to the Discord server. It's pretty quiet over there, but I do announcements and share what I'm going to be working on and all that. So if you want to join that Discord, definitely like to see you over there. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, scan the code on the screen or click join below in the description. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.